Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. Today we are talking about the latest information on the second stimulus check, here on Stimulus Check Updates today. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Senate Republicans plan to vote on a narrowly focused coronavirus stimulus bill next week after being asked to do so by aides to Donald Trump, even as the president pushed for broader legislation, according to Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. So, even though Trump was asking them to get out a bigger bill that would provide mass relief for millions of Americans and businesses alike, the Republicans are keen on passing a smaller, less effective stimulus bill that would only provide minor support at best to the people who need it the most. McConnell said on Tuesday that the bill would renew the Paycheck Protection Program, which provides forgivable loans to small businesses who keep their workers on their payrolls. It also would include other unspecified, targeted relief for American workers. He did not say whether the bill would include another stimulus payment to taxpayers. This means instead of being able to stay safe at home, the Republicans want you to be back at work. I'm starting to think they are only caring about the numbers here and not the fact that there is a global pandemic that has killed millions of people already, and by exposing Americans to the virus by going back to work will fuel the beast that is COVID even more. He said the measure would be voted on when senators return to Washington next Monday. His announcement came after White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin asked congressional leaders to pass a bill to spend unused PPP funds, around $130 billion, while negotiations continued on a broader measure to address the coronavirus pandemic. But Trump on Tuesday said he did not want a piecemeal approach. "Go big or go home," he tweeted. "I like what Trump wants out of them right now. I couldn't care if it's to make him look better as a president. The facts are people need this stimulus even if it's more than what they earn when they were at work. Even if they need to pass another multi-trillion-dollar bill, they need to do whatever it takes to keep the people safe from this virus and let us live without worrying about losing everything we have." On the other hand, Democrats, who control the House and can block any action in the Senate, have insisted that any new legislation include more than just help for small businesses. "This is what we are needing right now. Not something that will only help the people who are already making the big money, but a stimulus plan that will benefit the minimum wage people, the ones who are out there risking their lives because our government doesn't know how to get past the Republican-Democrat bullshit and focus on their jobs to help the American people." The Democratic side's proposal includes another round of $1,200 stimulus payments, aid to state and local governments to help them pay the salaries of police officers, firefighters, health care workers, schoolteachers and other public sector employees, and more money for the U.S. Postal Service to help handle an expected unprecedented amount of absentee ballots. They also have demanded $75 billion for a national plan to combat the pandemic, including expanded testing and contact tracing. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi told the Democratic caucus Tuesday that both sides remained far apart in talks. "Significant changes must be made to remedy the Trump proposal's deficiencies," she said. "I remain hopeful that the White House will finally join us to recognize the needs of the American people, and take action to address the health and economic crisis in their lives." McConnell, who has let two House-passed stimulus bills languish in his chamber, has placed blame on the Democrats for not acting. "The PPP is a popular program that has saved tens of millions of American jobs," McConnell said. "It is so bipartisan that its first round was replenished and extended several times by unanimous consent in both the Senate and the House. But it has become yet another casualty of Democrats' all-or-nothing obstruction." In April, McConnell was unable to pass an extension of the Paycheck Protection Program until he agreed to Democratic requests to add funding for hospitals and coronavirus testing. Who in their right mind would fight funding for hospitals and virus testing during a pandemic? And last month, he tried again with GOP-drafted legislation that protected businesses from lawsuits if their customers or workers were infected, and increased taxpayer subsidies for religious and other private schools, but he couldn't get enough votes. Senate Democratic Whip Richard Durbin of Illinois said McConnell's approach was at odds with Trump's. "It would sure be great if the president and Senator McConnell were speaking to one another, and had a common approach," Durbin told reporters Tuesday on Capitol Hill, according to Pool reports. "What I hear from Senator McConnell is once again take a little piece and be satisfied. What I hear from the president is just the opposite. Can the two have them sit down and agree? Wouldn't that be a breakthrough?" In a New York Times, Siena College poll released last month, likely voters supported a comprehensive $2 trillion stimulus package by 72% to 23%. I hope everyone is staying safe out there and holding on the best you can. Thank you so much for watching this far, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on information just like this on your stimulus checks. Leave a comment and like down below, and I'll catch you next time on Stimulus Check Updates.